Hey Bang Fam, how we doing? So today's lesson, this week's lesson, I should say, is about tonguing versus slurring. Okay, this is the first week, so I'm trying to roll out something that we're all familiar with, but at the same time, maybe some of us need some help with. Okay, so when a section is playing music, whether it's the trumpets, the flutes, the clarinets, whoever, the who's, what's it's, I don't know, maybe it's Dr. Seuss, not sure. But whenever you're playing a section, if you have notes that are meant to be tongued or notes that are meant to be slurred, if one person within the section does something incorrect, that's what sticks out. Maybe the rest of the section is going ta, 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 and you have one kid who's going ah, and they're not tonguing like they're supposed to. That person's going to stick out, unfortunately. So we all want to make sure that we're being accurate as musicians. It's one of those moments where you can really look at music and dissect it to figure out when you should tongue, when you should slur, what notes you should play, etc., etc., etc. So I need you all to get out your blue books, okay? If you need to pause this video at any time, you can rewind, you can watch it in full, then go back with your instrument, play along, whatever works for you. That's the point of all of this for the easy week, is to get used to what's going on. So the first thing that I'm going to say is we're going to play in three different keys today. Okay, we're going to play in B flat major, we're going to play in F major, and we're going to play in A flat major. If you need to look at your warm-ups to remind yourself what those scales are, you're going to look at B flat major is letter L, F major is letter K, and A flat major is letter N. Okay, so those are the three keys that we need to play in. I'm going to double check that really quick. I lied, that's wrong. We're going to play in four different keys. We're also going to play in E flat major, which is letter M. So not those first three, it's all four of the ones I just said. So be careful when you're watching your key signature, okay? I anticipate a lot of feedback this week is going to be, hey, you forgot to play A flats, or hey, you forgot to play B flats, whatever it might be. So the very first thing that we're going to do in our book is we're going to play number 4, and that's in B flat major. So if you want to get out your warm-ups and play along, that's letter L, okay? And not if you want to play along, but if you want to play the scale beforehand. So just play the first 3 measures of letter L, if you would like to. If you want to, of course, you can play through the scales and arpeggio, or the scale and thirds and the arpeggio, whatever you want. So I just made sure that I'm thinking the right key. I got 2 flats in my non-transposing instruments, clarinets and tenor sax and trumpets have no flats or sharps. Everything's natural. It's our favorite key. And altos have 1 sharp, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at number 4. You're going to notice right off the bat that the first 2 notes are slurred together, and then the 3rd and 4th note are not slurred together, okay? We have a basic rhythm. These are 4 separate things. I should write that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? But we have basic rhythms that we're applying these to, and that's straight 8th notes. So just 1 and 2 and. If you were to tongue it, you would go ta, 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 ta. So for number 4 in our book, okay, I'm pointing over here because my book's over here, by the way. For number 4 in our book, it's called Drive Time, and we are using slur 2, tongue 2. So if up here with nothing, I put ta, 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 ta. When I do this, I think ti-ya, ta, ta. Ti-ya, ta, ta. And that's the slur. You get ta at the beginning, ta, ta, ta. Okay, the reason I don't go ta, ta, ta is it's harder to understand versus ti-ya, ta, ta. Okay, so this is what we're doing. If you want to look at the first 2 measures and play through those, we can play through them together. This isn't your playing assignment yet. Okay, so I'm making sure that when I tongue the notes, I'm separating them. There's lift, ti-ya, ta, ta, ti-ya, ta, ta, ti-ya, ta, ta, ta. All right, listen to it again. Okay, I'm leaning into my slurs a little bit too. So if you want to go ahead and play through all of 4, once you get those first couple of measures down, it's based off of your concert B flat major scale. So let's play. Here we go. 2 and ready, go. Maybe you need to watch me play that once and then you repeat it after me or you imitated me, whatever works for you. But the point is that you are recognizing when you're slurring or when you're tonguing. This is our slur. These are tongued. These are tongued. This is our slur. Okay? So, moving on, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump to number 8. Okay? If you want to play the scale, it's letter M. Here I go. Letter M. Ready? Alright, the 4th note of that scale is the one that you got to check. Altos, bari, that's your F natural. Tenor sax, trumpets, clarinets, that's your B flat. However you want to finger that one, whatever one works. And then, let's see, horn, that's your E flat, so make sure that you're choosing that one correct. But you gotta watch the key signature. Trombones, flutes, that's your A flat, 3rd position, 1, 2, 3, and your pinky, okay? So just be careful about that 4th note. And that 4th note is all the way through number 8. So, in number 8, we are looking at this rhythm, okay? Again, if we have regular 8th notes and they are all tongued, we go ta, 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 ta. Well, this one's tongue 2, slur 2, okay? Ta, ta, tia. Ta, ta, tia. Okay? So, let's go ahead and let's look at the first 2 measures of number 8. Find your key signature. That 4th note and the 6th note are the 2 that are going to get you. Ready, and go. Okay, not bad. Did you get the rhythm in the 2nd measure is my question. That's your dotted quarter 8th note rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. I actually just made a video about that for my 5th graders because that's the rhythm we're currently working on. Remember, if a 5th grader gets it, 7th and 8th graders should totally get it. Hey. But anywho, so you have the same slurring and tonguing pattern, and then you have the same dotted quarter note, 8th note rhythm every other measure until you get to the last one. So we're going to go ahead and play through number 8. Here we go. 2 and ready, go. Notice that again, when I have my tongued notes, I'm giving lift on them. Ta, ta, tia, ta, ta, tia. Okay? So, that's our number 8. Let's go ahead and look at number 13 now. This one's called Knuckle Buster. That's the one I actually did not write the rhythm on the board, and I apologize for that. So let's go down to, and I'll add it as number 5. Okay? We have all 4 8th notes slurred together, okay? I know, oh my goodness. So what's different about number 13 and what I have written on the board? Instead of separating their 8th notes into 2 beats with the gap right here, they actually have all of it joined together, okay? So they're still 8th notes because they only have one line connecting them. One line stands for 8th notes, okay? So, let's see, we are in F major. If anybody wants to play the scale for what key we're in, it's letter K on warm-ups. All right, here we go, 2. And ready, K. All right, hopefully you didn't It's totally fine. So in 13, we have 4 notes slurred together. So if up here we went ta or ti-ya, ta, and here we went ta, ti-ya. What do we do down here? We go ti-ya, ti-ya. That's weird. It's a long e-ya sound. Hopefully that made you laugh just a little bit. T-E-A. Okay? Let's hear what the first measure plus 1 note sounds like in number 13. It's called Knuckle Buster. Alright, I'm hopefully accentuating when I'm tonguing the notes. Okay? Now, if we were to go ahead and go all the way through that, I have a page turn, so it's a little bit weird. I'm going to... I don't know, we'll see if I can remember it. So, here we go. This is number 13. Don't miss your repeat. Go back to the beginning and then skip your first ending. All right? Watch out for your third note. It's that B natural for trumpets and clarinets. It's A natural for flutes and trombones and bassoon. It is a B natural for tenor sax as well. I almost forgot that one. It's an F sharp for altos. And it is an E natural this time for horn. All right? Be careful your first note of the third measure. That's an E natural for flutes. That's our note with thumb 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. For altos, it's C sharp. Nothing goes down. And Barry, it's C sharp. For tenor sax and trumpet and clarinet, it's F sharp. Second valve, second finger, first finger for the clarinet. Depends on what one you're playing. But that one for you is the first finger, F sharp. So hopefully you guys are starting to get these key signatures a little bit better. Just make sure that you are doing what you need to play within the key. Okay, here's 13. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. Repeat. Not sure if I played those last 2 measures correct. Let's check on that really quick. Sure did. Boom. All right, so, Mr. Moran, what is our assignment this week? I'm glad you asked. It's number 37. It's called Greased Lightning. So the very first thing you got to do is make sure that you are in the correct key signature. That is letter N in our warm-ups. It's concert A flat major. Your fourth note is the one that's going to get you. For our non-transposing people, flute, trombone, euphonium, tuba, that is D flat. Fifth position, 2 and 3. For flutes, it's just the pinky. For clarinets, it's E flat, so thumb 1, 2, and the side key. You could also do thumb 1, 2, and the tiny little key underneath your second finger up here. I personally would use the side key one because you go from E flat to C. And going like that's a little bit harder, but E flat to C is a little bit easier. Let's see, trumpets 2 and 3. Did I already say that? I don't remember. Horn A flat 2 and 3 as well. Tuba, euphonium D flat 2 and 3. Notice a trend here. And altos, your fourth note is B flat. And now for every note that I just said throughout each section, every time that comes up, whether it's in the first measure, the fourth note, which I was specifically talking about, or 3 notes later, it's the same concept. It's the same key signature, so you have to use that B flat, E flat, A flat, whatever, throughout this entire thing. So I want you to look at the tonguing and the slurring. You can't forget that that is the focus of this lesson, okay? Use what I talked about with ta ta tia or tia ta ta or ti, whatever it was, and think about what that one is, okay? If you have questions, reach out to me, let me know. Other than that, 37 is your plain test, and that's what you got to submit, okay? See you, band fam.